Coming up on this episode,
find out why Jayce needed a dead horse.
Why certain perfumes trigger Amy's special laugh.
And how we got double booked at Dunkin' Donuts.
Hey, you're listening to Committed to Crazy with Jayce and Amy. Thanks for joining us.
Welcome to my mommy and daddy show.
Come on, the kids are in bed. Let's have some fun.
What the hell, Daddy?
I think this is going to be our best episode yet.
I think it's going to be a train wreck.
Oh my god.
All right, so welcome to episode 4.
Is it really episode 4 or 3.5?
Is it 3.5 or 4? That's going to be a big question, you know. Well, to pick up from the last episode, there's two versions in the truth. So.
There may be a 4.0.
I say it's 4. I say it's episode 4. That's what we're going with.
Okay.
So last episode we talked about the grocery store.
Yeah.
We'll leave it at that. We don't have to get into the two versions, but we talked about the grocery store.
He's so wrong.
Hey, we're not getting into it.
Okay.
Woman.
Man.
And the first date, the disastrous first date.
It was horrible.
That went completely sideways.
First date from hell.
Right. And the karaoke.
Yeah.
It ended
Living on a prayer, guys.
Ended in the parking lot beside my purple 4-door.
With mismatched rims.
Mismatched rims, yes. It was gangsta.
It was not.
It was super gangsta.
No, it was not.
Yeah. The back wheels were 17s.
Oh my god. That does not matter if they don't match, Jayce.
I keep them real clean.
Oh, Jesus Christ. You're about to get striked by lightning right now.
Striked?
Struck,
maybe.
Not good.
Anyway, we are moving on to our wedding.
Oh my god.
The proposal
was not good. I ruined it.
You ruined it, yes.
Well, it doesn't help that you showed me the ring 2 months prior because we were arguing.
I still don't understand how that ruined it.
It ruined it. I said, "You're never gonna propose to me." And you said, "I got the motherfucking ring right here." So, yeah. I mean, it didn't ruin it. It kind of made me stop bitching a lot.
But that night, I made plans to go to the restaurant where we had our first date. And they were not going to have karaoke. But we were going to go back there. And she decided, of course, about the time we were walking out the door that she didn't want Mexican food. So I had to...
No, it wasn't that. My mirror fell off of the Mustang. Your truck didn't have air. Again, another automobile.
I don't run the air conditioning in
That
mine.
did not have air. But anyways, I had my hair and makeup done and I didn't want to sweat. So I said, let's take my car. But my rearview mirror, it was the side mirror that had fallen off.
We had to take your car instead of my truck, and of course the ring was in the glove box of my truck, so I had to figure out how to get that out of there and be discreet.
And you had to fix the mirror before we left.
And I had to fix the mirror before we left. And then she decided she didn't want Mexican food, so we're not going to the restaurant I had planned to go to.
Was it seriously that bad?
And then there's a little town, there's a gazebo in the town square where we live, and we had one of our dates there, and I had planned on stopping there on the way home, and when I told her that's where we were, she said, "Where are we going?" And I told her where we were going. I don't want to go there, I just want to go home, I'm tired. So the restaurant got screwed, we didn't go to the gazebo, the cars were both falling apart apparently, it just was a whole mess, and I ended up proposing. We were both naked in the bed.
Oh my god, no.
And I said, "You ruined everything." I just walked in butt naked and I said,
You were not naked.
And I said, "You ruined everything."
We were not naked.
And she said, "What did I ruin?" And then I told her, I gave her my version of the events of the evening. And after I gave her my version of the events of the evening, I asked her to marry me.
That is not even what happened.
God, what is your version of that?
We were not naked. I did not have sex with you until our wedding night. No, I'm just joking.
Oh,
I did make him wait till the third date.
There is It was the 4th.
Oh, was it the 4th? Okay, even better. So,
We were
yay for me.
our 4th date. I cooked, and then we were watching movies. And
Walk the line.
we were watching Walk the Line. And after the movie was over, she said, "Well, what do you want to do?" And I said, "Do you want to go to the bedroom and make some bad decisions?" And she said, "Hell yeah." That's how that went down.
So,
We've been making bad decisions ever
we've been
since.
making bad decisions ever since.
Okay. We went from the proposal back to our first date.
Okay. So
I proposed. She said yes.
But
And now we have a wedding.
yeah, we have a wedding.
Well, first of all, the wedding, we were living together already, and I said I don't want to spend 10 grand on a wedding
Yeah, it's just
somewhere else.
money.
I said
It's
if we're gonna
wasteful money to spend.
if we're gonna spend 10
So
grand,
much money on a wedding.
I'd rather spend it improving our home, and then we get to keep that money. It's an
Yeah.
investment in where we live. So I basically built a chapel.
It was an archway.
No, the thing that everybody sat under. There was
Oh yeah.
it was a shelter.
I think it collapsed 2 days after the wedding.
Yeah, it didn't last long after. It was
It was sketchy.
but it was recycled lumber.
But no, yeah, it was awesome for the wedding.
Everybody sat on hay bales, and we had put covers on them because
my daddy's
her dad's allergic to straw.
My daddy's allergic to straw, and we had already bought the hay, and I forgot about it. Like, I felt so bad.
Right, and then
So daddy told me just to cover them, and he'd be okay.
it was immediate family
just
and
immediate family.
and parents
It was small.
and parents because
yeah.
I didn't even invite my brothers.
Yeah, it was very small, just something intimate that we could.
I was in a different place in my full-time job. I wasn't making what I make now, and we wanted to have a nice reception, like steaks and taters. And I mean,
Yeah,
we
still
wanted
haven't had that.
to have a decent dinner, and feeding everybody was just put it out of range. So we had a small wedding.
With immediate family, and it was awesome. So I knew this lady
Who
that,
officiated weddings.
yeah, she officiated weddings. She actually officiated my mom's last wedding. So, and she was a redhead. When I met her, I thought she was really cool. So I said, "Hey, Jayce, let's just have her marry us."
The lady is a Wiccan.
Okay.
And I am not a
Wic.
I am not a Wiccan, and I was curious about how that goes with a Wiccan marrying
Well,
someone who isn't.
she doesn't. There's no judgment there. She didn't judge you. Did you judge her?
She married me.
I absolutely thought she was awesome until she asked to be part of the family.
Repeatedly.
I thought that was a little weird.
She must have asked 10,
Well,
12
and
times.
you built the archway, and we sent in our vows to her, and she definitely wanted to include the fact that you built the beautiful archway for our wedding in the vows, and that had nothing to do with our vows.
No.
So I thought that was a little weird, but
Now, one of these days we should find our vows and read them on the show.
yeah, I have them. I have them on my computer. I like her. But we did meet in Dunkin' Donuts.
Yeah, we planned the ceremony in Dunkin' Donuts.
No, we did meet in Dunkin' Donuts.
To plan the ceremony.
Yeah, to plan the ceremony.
Yes.
And then she had her family show up too. Remember?
Yeah, her daughter and grandkids showed up to meet her for something.
Yes.
Like she
Well,
double booked a meeting.
Double booked us. So we were trying to discuss our wedding, and she had other plans. It worked out, though. It worked out. Like, we got married. We're legit married. We have licenses.
But we did. We got married in the backyard.
Yeah, in our backyard. And we had awesome flowers, too. Black and red.
Oh, God.
That was oh my God, that was such
The flowers were a whole thing.
Okay.
I've owned a couple businesses over the years. I do not currently own a business, but I have
owed him a favor.
I have been business owner several times, and I have clients here and there that didn't pay me. So when it was time for flowers for the wedding, which is one of the major costs of a wedding, I just went up to the flower shop and made him an offer he couldn't refuse.
And we had beautiful flowers.
I was afraid I was going to have to find a dead horse or something, but
No.
But I went up there and I went in and kind of talked to him and acted a little gangsta.
Oh my gosh.
And then I came back and told Amy, you have an appointment, go talk to him, and if he gives you any trouble about money, you just come back and talk to me again.
He was so sweet.
He was sweet.
When I went to meet with him, he was so sweet. He gave me everything that I asked for. I mean, you could not ask for a better flower arrangement for your wedding. I mean,
it worked out.
The bouquet and everything. And we had extra.
He ended up being real cooperative. I ended up not needing a dead horse.
Yeah, so
at the wedding in the backyard, the very sweet weird lady was marrying us.
Yeah.
by the archway that I built.
You're being so sweet.
She read her vows, and then it was my turn.
Yeah, and you whispered in my ear.
And when I read my vows, I was looking at my bride, and this is at our house. And in the background, there was a cat with her leg in the air, licking her ass, and just the spot that she picked to sit, it looked like she was sitting on Amy's shoulder, licking her ass. So I'm trying to give my vows to my bride when she has a cat licking its ass on her shoulder.
He was being so sweet. Getting so close and smiling.
I was doing everything I could not to die laughing. It was terrible.
I thought he was the sweetest guy ever. He was just smiling and saying his vows.
No, cat was licking her ass through the whole thing.
Afterwards, I'm like, you were so happy and smiling. He's like, yeah, the cat was licking her ass over your shoulder. Oh my god. So yeah. Our first year of marriage was not great.
Well,
it wasn't bad, but it wasn't great either.
The pregnancy didn't help.
No.
Part of it was pregnancy, and another part of it was a newborn, and we were remodeling.
Yeah, that's a newborn and remodeling does not mix at all.
A newborn, remodeling, a new dog who is blind and deaf and completely untrainable.
See, this is another episode.
It's another episode
that we will talk about, but I do blame Jayce for her.
But that is one of the things that complicated our first year, is all I'm saying. It was just, our first year was a freaking mess.
Okay, so we'll talk about the dog later. It was just us and the cop that showed up that night. He said, having a baby and the postpartum is hard.
Yeah.
He didn't know it'd be the rest of your life.
So at this point, we've gone through.
Yeah,
how we met.
Yeah.
How we dated. Our disastrous first date.
Mm-hmm.
Our disastrous proposal. Yeah. Our country fried wedding. And our disastrous first year.
What have we learned so far, Jayce?
You've got a list that's a little longer than me, so
I do. Oh my god.
I'm gonna let you go first.
Well, I think we should go one by one.
One by one.
Yeah,
I'm gonna run out before you do.
Okay. Well, I'll keep going after you do.
All right. Well, first thing that I learned in year one is don't let a pregnant woman shop for a dog.
Yes, I blame you for her to this day. Please.
We'll cover it in more detail. We'll cover it in more detail in another episode. But this dog is a hellhound.
I wanted her so bad.
The dog is a hellhound. The dog probably wouldn't be nearly as bad had we not had a newborn. But she didn't get trained.
She didn't get trained
as well as she should have.
And I still, to this day, try to work with her.
But we got her when she was very young, and that was the time to train her.
Yeah, it's bad.
Now she's got bad. She got bad habits. That's all I'm saying. She got bad habits. Well, I've always said there's no such thing as a bad dog, but this one's got bad habits. She got bad habits.
She's not good. We need Caesar. Okay. So the first thing I learned that you work very hard and you give your all to everything.
And it bothers the shit out of you sometimes.
No, that's very sweet, right? But you are cheap as hell.
I am not cheap. I'm frugal.
Oh my God, Jayce.
I make the
Okay.
most of our money. I'm okay
No.
spending money when there's value.
I bought your belt, which had to be an Amish belt that you had since you were how old?
I got it used from a secondhand store when I was 14 years old.
Okay, but when it broke, what happened?
I taped it back together.
We were.
It was holding my pants up.
Oh my God! So he walked around with a duct taped belt.
If you go buy a belt at the store, it falls apart in a couple of weeks.
Yeah,
that
I know.
belt I had from the time I was 14
I know.
to the
So
time I was 36.
I went and bought you the same belt,
Well,
an
yeah,
Amish made belt.
This is real deal
And,
leather, and
yeah.
it holds up just fine. But I couldn't
Because somebody else tried to buy you a store-bought one.
And it fell apart.
It fell apart within, 6 months?
Yeah, it's a disaster.
So I went and bought you the Amish-made belt like you have to wear.
I work hard, and I'm
yeah.
cheap.
You work hard, you give everything your all, but you're totally fucking cheap. You don't wear underwear. Why is that, Jayce? I realized this early on.
You know why.
So, I did ask you one time. Like, I learned, obviously on our 4th date, that you don't wear underwear. But, I didn't say anything about it. It's a new relationship. Didn't go there. But after we, had been together for a while, I asked you, so why don't you wear underwear? Guess what his answer was?
I just stopped buying them.
Because?
The other ones fell apart.
Okay. Yes. Which goes back to you're cheap as hell. Okay. So,
I don't like going to the store either. That doesn't help.
oh my gosh, Jayce, you can buy underwear online.
Well, that was a different time. You don't buy everything online then like you buy everything online now.
I order my underwear online. Or, excuse me, my panties.
No.
I order them online. Well, you still aren't wearing underwear.
I still ain't going to
Oh
it.
my god. So, oh my god. Okay, I'm not even going to get into that right now. How gross that is. Alright, so there will be road rage with Jayce. At any moment, any car, any time, there's going to be road rage.
Not like running people off the road, but I cuss at people a lot when I'm driving.
There will be road rage.
I believe in respect and courtesy.
Other people do not.
And until other people start believing that,
You're going to throw grapes at them.
I'm going to throw grapes. Or lug nuts.
Or
When I'm on the motorcycle.
you're going to... when we're on a stoplight.
Well, when somebody shits on us.
They
and,
didn't actually shit on
and
us.
No, I mean, when they disrespect us.
You're
or-
going to get shot one day.
I just feel like I need to go ask them who they think they are, because it seems like they think they're pretty important. I don't want to miss out on meeting someone important.
I just want to make sure that I have something like a smoothie or something to drink while I'm watching this. Which happened on our what date?
We've been dating for a while.
We had stopped for a smoothie, and I don't know, we were at a stoplight and some dude was being a dick, and he got out of the car and I was just sipping on my smoothie. Like watching him cuss out the guy.
Yeah, we've been together long
But
enough that you were
now-
used to me at that point.
Yeah, now you cannot do that. You only said like one thing, Jayce.
Okay, well, you went. Okay. I learned that Amy talks in a whole different voice
Shut up.
when her
No,
daddy
you
is on the
can-
phone. We can always tell when he's on the other end of the phone.
Stop funny.
It's kind of funny.
Anyways, next is you hate my shows, but you watch them anyway.
Yes.
So your next one. Jayce is a Bravo man, by the way.
I learned that while Amy pays the bills, Jayce has to do the math.
Yeah, I'm horrible at math, but
Amy-
hey, ain't nothing got cut off.
Amy Amy is like 2 + 2 = D. Bad at
No,
math.
I am not, Jayce. I could pay a bill seriously, but don't ask me to do math. Okay, so is it my turn?
Yeah. So Amy. So
Okay.
I pay the bill, or she pays the bills. I do the math.
All right, your next one.
I have learned to manage expectations.
What does that mean?
What
does that even mean?
I just have to be careful how I phrase things to you.
Yeah, you definitely. Yeah, I understand.
Yeah. Well, when we were dating, I fixed her car, and I said, "Well, I'm never going to be rich, but I can take care of your car."
You did say that.
And now every time she gets mad, she swears I promised her car would
Yes!
never break down,
Anytime I
which
have
is not
any-
even possible. It's not even possible. A wizard. I would have to be a wizard. Cars break down. It's what they do.
Anytime I have anything wrong with my car, he's like, well, I don't know. I think we have to take it in. And I'm like, you promised me that you could take care of anything with my car. That was a promise that you said to me. So, yeah.
So I learned to manage expectations. Just
You
as
did
far
promise
as the way
that.
I phrase things.
Yeah. So, I've learned that you're an asshole and I'm totally okay with it.
Good, because I'm totally okay with it too.
Yeah, I know. That's why I've learned to be totally okay with it. And I've also learned that you're always doing 20 things at one time.
Yes.
And that gets on my last nerve.
Yes.
I also learned that if you sit down on the couch, you fall asleep.
Well, I think it
I
goes
think
back.
that has to go back to the last two things.
Yeah, I think it goes back to doing 20 things at
Yeah,
one
20
time.
things at one time.
I have just, over my lifetime, trained my body that when I sit down, it's time to sleep.
Well, maybe you have narcolepsy.
I don't have narcolepsy.
I think you might, because as soon as you sit down, you fucking fall asleep.
Well,
All right, what do you have next?
well, I only got one left,
Okay.
and I hesitate to say it.
Oh my god.
Amy has special laughs for certain things.
Just said that
She
with
ha-
my daddy voice.
You have special voice for your dad, which is hilarious. But this one,
You are not saying this. Like,
Amy has a special laugh
oh my god.
when she
At least I let somebody know. You
by
don't.
laughing.
You don't. You let nobody know.
Yeah, do you want to tell them what the special laugh is for?
No.
I don't know how to say it. Do you just throw it out there?
Fucking say it.
Amy has a unique special laugh when she farts. Even when it's a silent fart under the covers and I'm in another room. When I hear that laugh, I know that she has just let one rip. I know to wait a few minutes in the bathroom before I come out.
Oh my god.
What?
Usually it's at the bed though. I don't do it in the bathroom.
Well, that makes a lot of
I
sense.
never turn the fan on in the bathroom either.
No, that's a real treat. I always turn the fan on.
Yeah,
She
that's how
never turns the fan
that's
on.
how I know that you've taken a shit.
And with you just kind of walk in and discover it. It's like walking into a crime scene.
It's a lady shit.
I don't care. I still don't want to smell it. 5 minutes later.
It don't smell. It's a lady shit. I perfume my underwear,
Oh, God.
so you don't smell it.
Let us know in the comments if you perfume your underwear too.
You do. You have to perfume your underwear.
What is the best?
Perfume your panties.
What is the best thing to spray in your panties to camouflage a fart? Comments. Give us. We need. Ladies, we need comments of what the best thing is to spray on your underwear to cover your farts.
Ladies, spray perfume on your panties.
Hey, maybe us guys would do it too if y'all let us in on the
If you
secret.
wore underwear.
Well, I'm not. Okay. Okay, granted, I'm not going to be spraying it, but maybe somebody else would like to. We could share that.
Spray boxers and panties, people.
Oh, okay.
It works. I actually have the best panty perfumes. Some work, some don't.
That might be a list for Instagram right there. Jesus Christ.
All right.
All right. Well, that's the end of my list, so it's just you at this point.
Yeah, I think
It's just gonna be you bashing on me for the rest of the episode. Let her rip.
yeah, literally.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, no, I perfected my panties, so I'm fine.
No. Nice.
So,
Okay. On your list, it says has to add shit to recipes. You couldn't just say I change recipes or I mess with them.
No.
I have never cooked with shit.
You have to add shit to recipes. I mean, there's some odd shit that you add, Jayce. What are you reading right now?
I'm just looking over your
You were
crazy ass notes.
You look disgusted.
Is that all you got on here? Thanks for listening, everyone. Baby, tell them where to find us.
You can find us at Patreon, Facebook, Instagram at Committed to Crazy, or Twitter and Snapchat at Jayce and Amy. You can also find all of our social media links at www.committedtocrazy.com. So, Jayce, what are this week's takeaways?
You do not want to owe me a favor.
I said my vows with cat ass on my shoulder.
And apparently lady shits do not need the exhaust fan.
Thanks for listening, everyone.